my channel. So today, as you can see, we are going to be creating this look right here. I am super excited about this look. This look is not palette specific at all. I actually dipped into 4 different palettes, which I explained that you do not need to do that by any means. You can use single shadows from your favorite brands or just work within your own collection to get the same effect of the look. So don't feel like you have to buy all of the palettes that I used. It's just what I use. It's just what I have in my collection. So you use what you have, or if you want to buy the palettes, by all means, buy the palettes. Please keep that in mind as you are watching this video. And then also, I would just like to say that this is a look that I actually created on a client at work, and I loved it. And I was like, dang, I want to make a tutorial on that because I loved the look so much. She brought me a couple of pictures of like an idea of looks that she wanted, and we kind of like put the pictures together and like created our own look. And so this is an idea. Hers was much more subtle. She didn't want to go quite as dramatic as I have on my eyes, but yeah, hers was a little bit more subtle, but I really liked the idea of it, so I decided to create a tutorial on it. So here we are. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let's just get right into it. You know what I love about lashes is that every time you're like, I don't know about this look, and then you put lashes on, you're like, yes, I like this look. Like literally no matter what it is, every freaking time you just put lashes on, you're like, yep, that's what I'm looking for right there. I'm gonna be reaching for, I think I reached into like 4 different palettes today, which doesn't mean that you need to buy all those palettes. It just means that use what you have, like either what's most similar, or there are a ton of single eyeshadows in the world. So if you're just wanting to create this specific look, Anastasia has single eyeshadows, Makeup Forever has single eyeshadows, Urban Decay has single eyeshadows, even NYX has single eyeshadows. So do like work with what you have or what's within your budget. Don't feel like you have to get exactly what I use. So I have already primed my eye with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Eye and Lip Primer. I have been loving this stuff, been using it every single day, but there is one thing that I have learned from it, and that is do not apply it if you have laid setting powder down. If you have laid setting powder down, it will grab that setting powder and pick it up and create a really weird texture. So make sure that you put it on top of bare skin or cream products. Do not put it over powder of any kind or it will create a weird texture. So little tip there. So the first thing I'm gonna do is reach into my Sephora Pro Warm Toned palette, and I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I'm using my Morphe M513 brush, and I'm just going to buff that into the crease, making sure to bring it all the way into the inner corner, bringing it down onto the outer portion of the lid, and doing little outwards motions to wing it out. Alright, so now I'm going to take my Sephora Pro tapered crease brush, and I'm just going to go into the shade right here, and I'm just going to use the tip of that brush just to deepen what we've already laid down. I'm gonna bring that across the eyelid a little bit more. Alright, so now I'm gonna go into my Morphe Dare to Create palette, and I'm gonna take the shade Indigo right here, and I'm just using a Sephora Precision smudge brush. And I'm just gonna start to work that on the outer corner of the eye, really build up that color. So since we've laid down an orange base, orange and blue are actually complementary colors, meaning that they are on the opposite side of the color wheel and they can actually neutralize each other pretty easily. So because of that, we're not going to get like a perfect fade from blue to orange because they're literally on the opposite side of the color wheel. It's not like they're in the same color family at all. We're not going to get that perfect fade from blue to orange in the crease whenever we're blending on top of it, but we'll get a soft fade. So you'll still see like a little bit of a disconnection from the blue to the orange, but you can at least make it look really soft. So to do that, I'm focusing the majority of the pigment right here because I do want that punch of blue on the outer portion here, but then where I want it to start to fade, I'm just utilizing the very tip of my brush and using really light pressure to really soften those edges. And I'm just going to take my Morphe M513 and start to blend over that so that we mix those colors together. Whenever you're blending complementary colors into each other, it's gonna take some time of like really layering one color to the next, because like I said, you're not gonna get that perfect soft blend. So to make it look really seamless, it's important that you really take your time with it. Like now I'm just picking up a little bit of that first color that I used and I'm blending it over the edge of that. This I find really helps to create that soft transition by picking up that first color and just blending it right over the edge of that navy blue. Slightly alters the color of it by doing this, but it really helps to soften it. Switching back to that other brush. And now I'm just tapping a little bit into that second brown shade that we used and blending that right in between the blue and the rest of the lid here. Which that's honestly probably a step that you could skip because I do end up going over it with a teal shade, but that's just what I did. So I wanted to show you guys. So now I'm taking a little bit of my foundation stick here, the one that I'm wearing right now, and I'm just gonna use that to carve out a perfect little cut crease here. Perfect in the loosest form of the word, but I'm just taking that on, this is actually a lip brush from Toni & Guy, and I'm just gonna start to even out my lid space here, following the natural contour of the eye. So I'm just basically placing this right underneath the natural socket of the eye in order for my cut crease to look natural. And by natural, I don't mean that it'll look actually natural by any means, but it won't look out of place, if that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm going into the Sephora Pro editorial palette, and I'm just gonna take this shade right here. It's a nice silver shade using a Sephora. This is actually a flat concealer brush, but I'm gonna use it as an eyeshadow brush. And I'm just gonna press that all where we put that foundation. And then for this area, to help it transition, first I'm going to take this shade right here. I'm just gonna take my Mary Kay eye crease brush, I guess. I'm just gonna tap that right in between the silver and the rest of the eye, basically. And then I'm gonna go back into the navy blue, the indigo shade from the Dare to Create palette, and I'm also just gonna tap that right over this area to help it transition. These are the Lana lashes from Huda, by the way. Just waiting for my glue to get tacky. I'm about to go have a late Easter dinner because Easter was actually yesterday, and I'm about to go have post-Easter dinner with my husband's family, and I'm gonna have my makeup done, that's for sure. Alright, so now I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Smashbox Always Sharp lip liner, and this is in the shade Crimson, and I'm just gonna pop that on my waterline. Okay, so before I finish the lower lash line, I have to go film applying my concealer and powder and everything for my wear test. So I'm actually just gonna go finish off the rest of my face, and then I'll come back and apply the lower lash line so that I have my concealer on and everything underneath it. So I will be right back. I forgot to hit record. Ugh. Okay, so let me just tell you guys what I did on the lower lash line, because it was literally super simple. All I did was take the BRB SO2 brush from Coastal Scents, and I went into this shade right here from the Morphe Dare to Create palette, and I literally took it and just ran it all along my lower lash line. Really smudged it out, just like that. And then I took that same brush that I used to apply the indigo shade, so the Sephora Precision Smudge brush, and I went back into that blue indigo shade from the same palette and just smudged it all along that lash line there and blended them together. That's literally all I did. So it was just two colors, super simple, super easy, just blending them together. So sorry that I forgot to hit record for that part. All right, so now I'm just gonna take the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. I freaking love this. I'm pretty sure everybody has been saying this, but I love this for my lower lashes. I love it for top and bottom, but especially for my lower lashes. It just does such a great job at separating and combing those lower lashes. It makes me look like I have 5 million lower lashes. Alright, so I did smudge it a little bit, so I'm just gonna wait for that to dry and then knock it off or like smudge it off or whatever, clean it up. The last thing I'm going to do is just take another Precision Sephora Pro brush, one that's nice and clean, and I'm just going into the Fenty palette and I'm gonna use the shade Ozone right here, which is also what I used for my highlight today, by the way. And I'm just going to pop that right into the inner corners. Alright, you guys, so this is the finished look. Oh, by the way, yeah, I got my nose pierced. I don't remember if I had already mentioned that. I know that I mentioned it in the first video that I was filming, but the first video that I was filming is actually going up on Wednesday, so it makes more sense to say it in this video because this video is going up first. I got my nose pierced. Alright, you guys, so this is the finished look. I really like the way that it turned out, so let me just give you a quick rundown of everything that I'm wearing on my face. I just did my good old Benefit Hoola bronzer, and then this baked highlighter from Dirty Little Secret Cosmetics in the shade Prosecco, and then for my highlight, my actual highlighter, I actually use that as my blush, but for my actual highlight I went to the Fenty palette and I just used the shade Ozone, which is just that shade right there. I'm wearing the Givenchy lip pencil lip liner in the shade number 12. And then I am wearing the Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper in the nude shade. They only have like 3 shades, I think. One is clear, one is pink, and one is nude. So it's this one. And that's just like a mini sample version that I have that I've really been loving. So that's all I am wearing on my face. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial and I hope that you learned something new. Please let me know what you would like to see next in the comments. If you have any requests for special colors that you'd like me to use, certain products, palettes, or anything like that. I do have some things in the works, so let me know what you guys would like to see and I will get back to you. And I hope that you're having a great day, night, or whatever you're having right now, and I will see you all in Wednesday's wear test. Thanks for watching. Bye. Maybe I can hear, I can breathe, that everything changes when my heart's the wheel now. And all my mistakes, they make sense when I turn them around.